you asked some time back about the UDP General Secretary making that kind of statement. He's a good friend of mine, by the way. We joined NEHU the same day. But it doesn't surprise. I don't think it surprises anyone. Basically, what NPP says, UDP will follow. So for me, that really doesn't surprise me. Now, more so because I'm a little worried. See, sometimes we have to leave politics and be a little more rational. But in this case, I would say he has tried to add little politics on the rationalization, which is not nice. Simply because he was also present in the Academic Council where we have discussion. And he was with us till the 10 p.m. time that we had. And it was very, very thorough and very, very clear that it cannot be implemented in 2023. It was accepted by and large in the House. That's why there was no ruling. I'm saying it categorically. Klam rai naka Academic Council bangin pentre kam ya ke NEP nado 23. Handrai ngiong dangi longwan pentre kam ngin pentre kam haden arpsa arpsan. Handrai kajing mi kum kata ka ktin pade now General Secretary jong UDP. It doesn't surprise me simply because because one, of course, there is a lack of understanding, I would say. Seriously, there is a lack of understanding. Is what is the spirit of NEP? If the spirit of NEP is to say yes man to someone, because someone overrides. See, why I personally get agitated when a vice chancellor or somebody says that it's my power or my prerogative to implement and not the Academic Council. I think he has not read our ordinance clearly. And as somebody who has been in NEHU for last 20, 21 years, I can say it on his face that we are wrong. It is not. If that was this is not a postal department. This is what I want to tell him sometime if he give me a chance. This is not a postal department that you decide a rule from there and post office here will implement. This is a university we established through an act of parliament. And I'm giving you a very clear example so that people don't misquote me. See, 7th pay came. 7th pay came for all other central government employees, they straight away implement it. For us, Academic Council has to first adopt it. UGC's 7th pay, we cannot simply take unless we have adopted it and make changes in our relevant ordinance. Then only we are paid. Why? Because we are not a government office. We have our own statutory provision, and that's why I am very agitated when somebody takes away my right. It's the right of an Academic Council member to decide, and we have decided that it will not be implemented in 23-24. At the most, lada kalong by arhajar arpsan. Halor kata isngap be jarjar namar iko aban pendam handrai nalendat pade I dukumbai, and he knows, and that's why he's not finding easy to come to Academic Council. Imla number ba, what will he say? We cannot ratify his decision. It's his headache. If somebody has sat in his office and decided of his own to implement NEP, it's you have the fun. It's not the Academic Council, and we are the one who are supposed to do it, and we will always do it. And that's why I say why it is so important, because it's a collective decision. A curriculum like NEP, when you're going to implement, it is a serious business. That's why we deliberated from morning till 10 p.m. If it was so, we leave it to him, sit in the VC's office and say then implement, I would be more than happy not to waste my time in Academic Council. But what I feel is, this is the right of the Academic Council. Nobody, I'm saying, nobody based on our acts, statutes and ordinance, nobody can infringe on the right of Academic Council. It is the sole prerogative of Academic Council when it comes to academic policy. And NEP implementation in toto is a policy decision. When it should be implemented, how it will be implemented will be decided by Academic Council. And that's why we say that it was wrong on his part. Now, coming to his, doing politics and so on. See, our government is simply trying to buy time, and this is what I don't understand. Buying time for what? If you say, like he said rightly, goody words don't work. That collective and stakeholders. Where is the stakeholder? I don't think. Maybe he will answer the invitation from the government. Certainly, we as teachers body, because I also, although I'm not here as President Nehuta, but as teachers body, we did have some kind of indirect interaction, and where we made it very clear that kamde ke Academic Council baraya ke ne bangin penan kam ka arfula arsa naman ngim don kam man ngaong ibi ngim don kam man pen kemen le ne pen susi yono ngim don kam man sngap ya ka jing don kam jangi khna jangi hapok ga jalla megalia. We need to understand what they require and how best we can place them. As a member of Academic Council, I will be the last one to have a haphazard way of placing the NEP for the general public of Meghalaya. No, I'll be the last one. I will never agree, because I like to work in a structure whereby tomorrow when people question, they will question the Academic Council. And that's why I said, let this be on record that they cannot question the Academic Council, because Academic Council have not decided such a hasty implementation. If at all government wants to really come and talk, they have to come and talk in a structured manner. Just tell us concrete, what do you want? I want this. Can you do it within a span of, let's say, 1 year? If they say yes, go ahead. If they say no, you don't do it. You can't goody. That's why I say, it's very nice to say nice word around your people where they will clap and so on. But the reality of the thing is, you have to be serious in your business. And education is a serious business. We were at one point of time very a renowned state when it comes to considering ourselves as education hub. From entire Northeast and all over India, people used to come and study. Today, I don't think it is the right kind. Today, we can very safely say that we are really not among the top 10 or top 50 maybe areas as far as the study education opportunities are concerned, simply because we have ignored. And he is the same person, I will say. Is the same person who never said a single word when we were deteriorating under the old system. And that's why I said I don't rely with politicians' language or their statements, simply because they make statement when it suits them. And when it comes to core, why don't you take the government to the mat? You say that you have make a mess of NEP, I withdraw your support. Can they dare to do it? They will never do. Simply because you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You are happy, I am happy. Let the state go to hell. I mean, this is what, I'm sorry to use that kind of term, but this is precisely what I feel as a common man when I look at the way the one who's supposed, an education minister cannot be callous, a chief minister cannot be callous, a vice chancellor cannot be callous. You have to make sure that the interest of the state of Meghalaya is put right on the top, which means even if you have one college with difficulty, please address that first before you implement it. And that's my belief, and I, for all times to come, I'll believe that you can't have don't come here NEP jubardasti, that you put it through my throat, you push it down my throat and in my intestine. I will have indigestion problem, because I didn't want it. And that's precisely where I'm saying that it is important for all of us to understand, and particularly because we don't have power. We have power only when we discuss in Academic Council. Outside Academic Council, we can't. I have no statutory power as a teacher to override anything. Unless it comes to Academic Council, as a body we can decide something. But right now, at least this education department of Meghalaya, the education minister, the chief minister, I would request that they should straight away venture into NEHU and say, show me the outlay of what you are going to offer to my students. We are confusing my students. Some student who has started the NEP syllabus, they are liking it, but they don't know what is lying in third semester. It is a mess. And I'm telling you why it is a mess, because they are students. Their parents may be uneducated, their parents may be educated, they don't know. They are more than happy to get a seat in the college, first thing first. Second comes that me as a teacher, or we as a teacher, or I, if I was a vice chancellor, I would say that actually it concerns me. I'm a professor of university. I cannot be callous in my attitude. My attitude should not look only, my decision should be look right, but the procedure to implement that decision also should be rational, should be acceptable. If not, come back to discussion. The best place is you come back to Academic Council. Ideally speaking, if sensible head works, this is the right time for us to start, keep it in abeyance. You go with the old system because you have admitted student. No college can claim, I'm telling you again, no college can claim that I will implement NEP 20 because you have not offered. Yeah. I have the prospectus of all these colleges with me. If they want, I can show them, where they clearly said, this is a 3 years degree course where you will be having major, this is the fee, this is the subject combination, blah, 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 consisting of 6 semesters. This is a FYUP, which is a 4 years course. Now, which means you are actually at some point of time, I think some colleges are also fooling the students. Students are liking it, thinking that, oh, teachers have said that there is a lot of promise in this NEP. I said, promise is there, but promise has to be fulfilled. When it will be fulfilled? Only when the one batch will come out. Maybe 4 years, 5 years down the line, when the first batch comes out, and we look at their result and look at the quality of students, I'm saying. Ladaki long shisha ki tuki khna ki ba, la tubit shisha amde tangka degree. Because most of the time, degree doesn't give you a job. What gives you a job is what you carry in your bag, in your IQ, in your brain, in your intellectual thinking. Which means, if we assess those group of students who will pass out, let's say 4 years, 5 years down the line, and we say that, yes, look at this and look at the earlier system, I think this is better. Then only we will say that this has worked. Right now, I said, I am happy, I'm skeptical though, that because you are trying to put it hastily. Hastily putting up things for the public consumption will not work.
Subscribe ke niga channel knang mapinyo I ka video ba pura jong ka niga jia kren ka bangil ai kerting ka rinsan ye thir ka bangin piniya ka channel ka jong ni ka Forefront Media.